I'm JP.
And I am Dave.
And this is TNOS Reviews.
And while we have your attention, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
This week, we are going to be reviewing...
I ain't got time for these niggas. Better throw a watch at the boy.
Welcome to TNOS Reviews, and like the intro said, this week we are doing Tyler, the Creator's Scum F Flower Boy.
This is his 5th studio album.
5th?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking 3rd, but I was a little off, I guess.
You are correct. So...
I was wrong.
Comes out tomorrow.
We got it early, because it leaked on the internet, I think like 2 days after Who Dat Boy came out.
Yeah, I think so. But let's just jump into it.
Right.
Because there's a lot to say about this.
There's a lot to say.
Or not a lot.
Or not, yeah, not really. Well, I guess a little bit here and there. But the big controversy going on about the album is, like, is Tyler gay? Is he coming out of the closet for this album?
Is he?
I don't know. Does it bother you if he was or not?
I don't care.
Yeah, me and you had this previous discussion, like a week ago when this came out. It doesn't matter to us if he's kind of into dudes and girls, into whoever. He can do whatever he wants. He's kind of like that guy, you know, he dresses a certain way, he has that little style, he's got that little brand, he's got all that, the Golf Wang thing and his crew.
Well, I feel like he never cares about anything.
So yeah, Tyler's coming out of the closet, technically, or he's trolling the entire world, but...
Alright, so, you know, one of the lines in the rap is him talking about, you know, where the freckled white boy's at.
Where he's kissing...
I don't mess with dudes. You know what I'm
saying? He's kissing white boys since 2004.
But even, there's the old freestyle he did about a year ago. He used the same exact line.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I don't care. I think all of his albums, if you've ever listened to Bastard or Goblin or whatever, always kind of controversial, you know? So I'm not sure if he's run out of controversial things to say. And now he's saying I'm gay or whatever.
You know, and it could be a troll, and he is like a big troll artist, you know, as part of his little brand that he's got going on. I will say I like Tyler a lot. I like Tyler, the Creator. I think he's very creative, obviously. Yeah. And I like that he does the shows on Adult Swim with MTV, Dick House, and I like that he, you know, does a lot of other things in the multimedia world, not just music, you know. Like, even in the album, he says he's trying to take over the world, but not with his music, with his other businesses and stuff like that, which is kind of, you know.
No, I agree with that 100%.
And,
well, let's review the
music,
album itself.
So, if we were to take this piece of music, or this piece of work, I should say, it's definitely more R&B-ish than I had ever heard his previous releases. Yeah. He sings a little bit on this album.
There's a lot of guests singing on it as well.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of features, but he sings on it as well. He does his R&B thing a little bit. Now, a lot of the beats, they're done in-house with Golf Wang, right? Or he does them? Or?
He's always produced almost every album 100%.
Okay. So
there's a track or two normally that is done by somebody else.
Right. I kind of figured it was like that in-house Golf Wang thing. Anyway, you can definitely tell that, you know, it was made in-house. Some of these beats are subpar.
Alright, I don't feel that way.
Really? I think some of them are hot, right? But a lot of them are R&B-ish, and there's a couple tracks that go a little heavier, like Who Dat Boy,
right.
or there's another one that's
I Ain't Got Time.
I Ain't Got Time is also one of my good ones. Those two I like, but like the R&B slow singy emo kind of like this emo rap scene that's taken over is a big problem for me. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
You can't get into it.
I can't get into it, and I feel like this album and this style, like I think most of Tyler's music goes over my head for the most part, and it could be because like I'm part of the older school, but it's not really my forte.
My bag, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that the album overall production-wise, I think it's good. I like the production on it. I don't think that all of it is made to be a hip-hop album.
Nope.
It's almost like producer ADD, or it's almost bipolar.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. Because even some of the slower tracks, they'll just switch gears and then they'll start flowing on a track.
Right, yeah. I found that too.
Right.
And there's a running theme. It's kind of like that, I'm lonely, I got no friends.
Well, you know, I mean, it's lonely at the top is what I've heard.
Well, I mean, he's got a big crew going with him. You know what I mean? Like, I just when I think of Tyler, I just think of that like the whole like Taco and Sweatshirt Earl and.
Well, so from what I understand, some of the Odd Future thing is kind of broken up.
Oh, really?
Over the last few years, obviously Frank is on the album.
Yeah. Do you want to list who's featured on the album?
Well, the only ones that really stick out are going to be ASAP, Rocky,
Correct.
Lil Wayne, and
yeah, Lil Wayne. I forgot Lil Wayne was on there until I heard it again. And even like when I listened to the album right before we came over, I was like, "This sounds like Lil Wayne." Oh shit, it is Lil Wayne. And like, I don't know. I've heard this album a couple times already this week, but yeah, Estelle's on it too. Garden Shed. Although that's more like an interlude, and I definitely dig that song. I don't know why.
Which one?
Garden Shed. It's the one where it's like dollar shit. But like after 2 minutes of just like long, stringy, kind of flowy, interlude-ish type music. So yeah, this is like a roller coaster. This album's like a roller coaster. You'll be going slow 1 second, and then bam, oh, who that boy? And then you're like, oh, slow down, and then bam, oh, like I ain't got time for this, or you know what I mean. So it's definitely a roller coaster of emotion.
No, I think the album would have been better off maybe as a 2-part. So like how Future did Future, and then he did Hendrix. So one was a little more trap, one was a little more R&B, or slower.
Mm-hmm.
So this, I feel like you could have done the same thing. Kind of done like, I guess, Scum F would have been one album, and then Flower Boy could have been another album.
Yeah. Because, and even in the title, it gives you a little, like, hey, some of this is going to be fucking in your face. The other stuff's just going to be me singing to you. And he doesn't really necessarily have, like, the best singing voice either, but he's doing him. Is that we can safely say that.
Well, one thing that makes Tyler unique.
You can't have Frank Ocean on there and then try to R&B sing too.
Well, his voice is always going to be
Tyler.
Yeah, it sticks out. That's one of the reasons I always liked him is, I first listened to Yonkers, and then after that I was like, yo, who's this cat? And I went back to
Yonkers.
Bastard, which I was like, yo, this is almost shock rap to a certain extent.
Horror rap or whatever is what it was called when at least Yonkers was coming out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you ever get into those first 2 albums?
Yeah, so I definitely got into Yonkers, the song, and I kind of knew that, okay, this is a new genre type of, like, hip-hop that I'm not used to, so it's going to be either I love it or hate it. I loved Yonkers, got the whole album, didn't really feel, like, super stoked on the whole Goblins album, I'll be honest. And then I didn't even know you had a couple other ones after that, or before that.
Bastard was before that, and
right.
It was just as dark, or if not darker.
Okay, see, I'd probably never even heard any tracks on there. But I did try to fuck with Cherry Bomb. And I couldn't get into that one either, man. That was more of like a hardcore punk meets like whatever horror rap is.
Well, so he always does a well feature. I think his features are always on the nail.
Yeah, but is that why you should listen to the album, or should you listen to the album because of the content of the actual artist? Yeah. Features are always trying to, they get you, they grab you, but like he's got 6 features on this thing of people like, and 4 of them are big names.
Yeah.
So, and there's only 12, 14 songs.
And the majority of those songs are the ones that are kind of bangers.
True. Although that interludes.
Well, so, I'm going to say that the album, he kind of missed, in my personal opinion. I was really excited when he dropped that freestyle a year ago, and I thought that's what I was going to be getting into with the single, which, by the way, the single, the aesthetics to go with it, the video, are amazing.
Yeah, who that boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the build-up for that song, it's one of my favorites, obviously, on the album. Kind of cinematic, I guess you would say. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I am only going to give it a 2.5 stars.
Oof,
maybe
good Lord, that's a lot.
Maybe a 2.
That's a lot. Okay, yeah, two is, because 2.5 is average, bro.
Yeah.
Out of our scale.
Yeah.
So a 2, huh?
A 2.
I personally think this album also is just kind of too sporadic. Like we were talking about earlier, it goes from...
Rap ADD.
Yeah, it goes from like, emo-ish to like hardcore shit. The lyrical content, like Tyler can definitely flow when he wants to, and his certain flows are a little different, and it's unique in a way that's Tyler's always been like that, even on the 2 albums that I tried to listen to before. I just am not a big fan of most of the songs, unfortunately. Whether it's the production, whether it's just like the feel of it or whatnot. I will say I'll give it a 1.5, man. It's not. I'm not going to listen to it after this for the most part, and if I do, it's going to be a handful of songs. There's 14 songs on here. It goes about 48 minutes long, so some of them are short, real quick, to the point, and again, some of them are even like interlude sounding. So it'll just have like instrumentals, and then he'll come on for 20 seconds or something like that, and then that's basically the song. But you got a recurring theme about is he telling you he's gay, which doesn't really matter. I'm lonely. I'm bored. Call me. I'm lonely. Call me. Yeah. Outside of that, though, so you give it a 2, and I give it a 1.5. Give me your 2 favorite tracks off the whole thing.
Forward, which is the opening track.
Oh yeah,
I like that a lot.
Interesting.
It's a mixture of the 2 things we're talking about. It got flow to it, and then it's not very up tempo, but it's not super bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the single "Who Dat Boy," mostly because you got ASAP on it as well.
Fun fact about that: I believe because they did that song recently, they came out and said, or recently they were both on stage, and I think they might have been performing that song, and ASAP said aloud, he's like, "Yo, we should do a mixtape together," and so that could be possibly in the plans, and that would be one of the good things that probably came from this album. I think I would listen to an ASAP whiskey. I'm sorry, an ASAP. I would listen to a what is it? ASAP Rocky. Yeah, ASAP Rocky.
Tyler the Creator
mixtape. I would listen to that.
What do they call it? ASAP Wing? I don't know. Whatever.
So, did you get your 2? Who Dat Boy and Forward.
Yeah.
Okay. My 2, Who Dat Boy's also up there, just because the single, it's different than the album. Is totally, to me, I think. I'm not a fan of that other single, 911 Mr. Lonely. I didn't like that. The ones I did like, I Ain't Got Time. I like that one.
So both rap tracks.
Right. I guess it's both the heavier tracks on there. And like I said, that Garden Shed one is
grows on you.
Yeah, that Garden Shed one, man, that one grew on me a little bit because that dollar ship. That part I just liked.
So I will put the singles probably in my playlist.
But that's it.
But I'm not gonna be like, yo, let me listen to this timer.
I can't wait. I mean, I feel like some people, maybe younger people, can bump it in their cars and stuff like that. But and again, like rap ADD. That's basically a good way to describe it. So, more than likely, we have pissed you off. You are a big Tyler the Creator fan, and you probably love this album. But unfortunately, for JP and myself,
I like God Feature. I really love Earl.
You do, yeah, you do. Yeah, you fuck with them hard. Unfortunately, this one, to both of our opinions, just missed the mark. So let us know what you thought in the comments section. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to our channel.
Trolling is going to happen.
Trolling, yeah, for sure. And, visit our website, TNOS Podcast, for all of our podcast reviews and other content that we have. And you can follow JP on Twitter at ASAP Whiskey. You can follow myself on Twitter at Lurk City, and you can tweet us the podcast.
TNOS Podcast.
Yep, and that's it. So we'll see you then.
$1 $1